Hey all people of the internet. Today I'm going to be doing a little, I'm going to be just showing you things that you could do to make a bold lip more wearable during the day. So if you're going, I don't know, to the shops or something like that, going to meet up with friends and you do want to wear a colourful lip, which I usually do, I'll just show you a few little things that you can do to make it more wearable and not look like you've got a full face of makeup on and like you're going somewhere special. So if you do want to see how to do this look and learn a few things, then keep watching. So again, obviously my face has been washed and moisturized, so let's get started. So I'm just going to use my Napoleon Perdis Autopilot Primer again just to prime the skin, and using my hands. And for foundation, I'm going to be using the Napoleon China Doll foundation. Just looks like that, and I'm going to use it in Look To Be. And just dotting that all over my face. This foundation's a really light coverage, but it's definitely buildable, which is always good. And then just taking my Real Techniques buffing brush and then buffing that in. So with this look, I think it's important that because you're going to have such a bold lip, you don't really want, I think the difference that would make it a nighttime look to a daytime wearable look is that your foundation would be really thick and full coverage. So I'm not going to be building up this foundation today, and then I'll just be using powder just to hide anything else. And to conceal, I'm just going to use Dream Lumi Touch Concealer, and just under the eyes. Nose, slightly on the forehead and on the chin, and then just taking my trusty makeup sponge and blending the places that don't really need you to be that delicate, like under your eyes. And then once I get there, I use my finger. And then just taking any translucent powder that you have to bake. And don't forget to remove the creases under your eyes before you apply your powder, because it will set your creases in. And I think if you're going to do such a kind of light to medium coverage foundation, if your concealer is so flawless, it kind of makes it look that slightly bit more full coverage anyways. Today I feel like I do have maybe 2 or 3 little red blemishes, so I'm just going to go in with a colour corrective concealer. This one's by Masquerade, and it just comes with those colours there. So it's got green, purple, a yellow tone and pink. So green you would put on top of red blemishes that you want to hide the red pigment. Purple I use for under my eyes if I have really bad bags under my eyes, or I can't be really doing this concealer for just every day. I would just put that under there. And then pink, I'm pretty sure you can just use that for just concealing, and same with the yellow one. And so I just take the green on my finger, and I always put it on after foundation just because some people put it on before, but I just feel like it gets it's hidden, it just goes. But you gotta make sure you do the smallest amount, less is more, because you don't want to have green little dots. And also I know Australis, Napoleon and another brand also do it too, and both cruelty free. So to set the rest of my face, I'm going to be using the Australis Fresh and Flawless powder in Deep Natural. And again, just using the little sponge that it comes with. And so like I said, you don't really need a really full coverage foundation, because if you feel like you do need to go over some places to get a thicker coverage, you could just use a powder that has colour to it. And now time for brows. So I'm just going to be using the New Kid Cosmetics, that random brand that I don't know where you can get, and just that light brown or ashy brown in the top corner, and just any angled brush and just a little comb spoolie to brush through. Talking a little bit quiet, it's because my dad's home today. I mean, he's going to work later, but it's a bit like he hasn't got the TV on or anything, so I feel like he can just constantly hear me. I'm just going to go ahead with any fluffy brush that I have or any that you own, and just to dust away the excess translucent powder. This look, if you were to bronze and contour, I feel like it would be a little bit too much for a wearable kind of daytime look, so I'm just going to contour and put a little bit of blush on today. So for contour, I'm going to use my trusty W7 $3 brand. It doesn't even say what shade it's in, so. And I'm just going to use the concealer brush by Real Techniques to I feel like because of that little point at the top, you can just get like the most perfect like contour. Yes.
Is this like a studio?
Yeah.
Are you doing it?
Mm-hmm.
Bullshit.
I am.
Why am I there now?
Yes.
I
Love you.
Love you, bye.
I know. Back to it. And then taking a bit more of a fluffy brush, I'm going to use that just on the temples of my forehead and also drag it under my jawline. And I just feel like putting a little bit on either side of my nose today, so I'm going to do that. And for blush, just using that Smooch brand that I don't know where I got. Just this really pretty colour here. I just think it's a really nice natural colour for daytime. So I'm going to use that one. And just putting that on the apples of my cheeks. And I think I'm just going to mainly focus it on there today. So we're going to move on to eyes. So I'll bring you closer. So to conceal for the eyes, I'm just gonna use the Dream Lumi Touch again, just a little bit. And then I'm just gonna blend that out with my finger. Just to define a little bit in the crease and just to warm up your eye slightly, I'm gonna take the Naked 2 Urban Decay palette. I'm going to be using YDK, just that third one from the end. So I think also another really important thing to take into consideration when you are wearing such a bold lip but you're trying to make it work for the daytime is to make sure you stay pretty minimal on the eyes. I feel like if you do, like if you see someone walking around with like bold eyes and then bold lips, they look like they're going clubbing or for a dinner or something like that. So unless you do have a really important event during the day, I would suggest to stay pretty minimal and simple on the eyes, and then you can go crazy with your lips. So in saying that, I'm going to go into this little Smashbox palette. My lid's broken. I'm just going to use just this one here, and I'm just going to apply that with my finger just to pack that on. Oh, I forgot to highlight. Well, in saying that, I also like to use some eyeshadows as a highlight. It's so easy and it's the same product, so why not just do it? And I'm just going in the same palette. I just use this one up here. It's a really nice champagne-y, pearly kind of colour. I think that is seriously enough for eyes. Once you put on mascara and things like that, it will look perfect. But today I thought, when I got my hair extensions from Zala, they also sent me this Zala Volume Max Plus mascara. I've literally never used this before. This is the first time. It's a pretty weird brush. I've never seen that before. I don't know how that's going to go. So I'm in love with my other mascara, so if this can live up to it, then I accept. So I usually pack it on at the roots. I'm all about getting like my lashes are always, that's most important, so far I don't like it. I'll show you a close-up once I'm done. Then I think I'm going to use my other everyday one on this side just to compare. Okay, so I've applied this eye, which is the Zala one, and then I'm going to apply the Maybelline Colossal Volume Express mascara, which is my favourite and I use all the time, on this one, and I will just compare. Because this one's got a completely different brush. This one is much more kind of bristly, and the other one was really more like plastic bristles. I'll just show the other one. So these ones, so this one is much more smaller and stubbier bristles, so let's take a look. And I'm applying both of these the exact same way. I think I know who's winning. Okay, so now that I'm zoomed up even more, you can really tell the difference. Like, this is the normal length of my eyelashes and this is all that it shows. And I got all of my skin, which is so annoying because I applied it the exact same way. I think the product itself, so the formula of the mascara, isn't at fault. It is a little bit more liquidy than the Maybelline. So I don't know if that would have to play a role at all, but I think it's definitely the brush. The bristles are not that long, so they can't really, I feel like it doesn't coat it properly. And this one, I feel like I can apply more layers of it than this one. I don't know that, but yeah, so this is the difference. Now I'm going to go back and put some Maybelline on this one just to even us out. Okay, so overall I'm not a fan of that mascara. I don't think I'll be using it again, which is disappointing because I really thought it was going to be good. So let's go on to lips. So the actual lipstick that I'm going to be using today is the Australis Velour Lip Matte Cream, and this is in the shade NYC, so NY-CEE, that's a pretty cool name. This is just came in the mini pack that they have, and then just any red lip liner that you have. I usually put this on earlier but I forgot, so I always put on a little bit of lip balm. It helps it go on smoother, I think, and while you're wearing it your lips don't dry out as much. Okay, so lips are done. I think that this look is definitely wearable. If I saw someone walking around with barely anything on their eyes and like a bold lip, I wouldn't be like, oh my god, she's got so much makeup on. I'd be like, oh, she looks nice. I hope you learned a little bit today about the mascara and things like that. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.